Okay, so word is given to Melody. Thank you. So
Yeah, they are.
we focus on your
Yourselves. No.
exactly. Yeah, I'm sure it's soon. Okay, okay, yeah, it works. So thank you for keeping investing your time and effort into this class. The class material is accompanied by mini research projects that you have completed or almost completed, and the term papers So in the real life, the researchers, scientists, not only entertain themselves with fluid research and getting fun, they also need to be recognized by the community. And recognized by the community means one needs to overcome the barrier. So to let the community be secured from low quality, non-trustable results. Just a second. There are barriers, and it is how the scientific community works. Yes.
Will there be an opportunity for a second round of reviews?
This is the main idea. Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to mimic the real life research life when the things when the research efforts by scientists need to be recognized in form of accepting for publication, right? So it works the following way, that the works are submitted to the journal, assuming that there are experts there, and then these experts evaluate and tell whether like it's something valuable or not much, right? The most typical arrangement of how it works is that a lot of editors and experts are from the same group, their peers, and they not always aggressive, sometimes they're friendly. And most typical outcome is that you did a good effort, but in order to get accepted, one needs to make some improvements. Like there is several cases when it is accepted immediately or rejected immediately, but in the friendly community, it is both are rare outcomes. So what do reviewers do? Like 90 years old, long legs, beard experts. Okay, 100 years ago, it would be an interesting look. No, typically editors are young, energetic, rising stars of the discipline, and they're busy. Instead of glancing over themselves, they typically distribute the manuscripts that are submitted among the peers, among the same researchers who submit papers to the same journal every time. And we are going to mimic this procedure in order to like prepare you to the big lab in case you want to go to the big lab. Okay, so I do have some slides from previous years, and maybe they will be helpful. So my name will be London today. Let's welcome the editor-in-chief of Journal of Correction. Let's welcome editor-in-chief of Journal of Chemistry. And here is
My lovely side.
so this thing is not for, it is like a secret document circulated between editors. You can close your eyes, but it is kind of instruction where how the editors will distribute the works. And after I give a little introduction, I'll probably return to this slide. So the idea is that if we make a single journal, like Journal of American Chemical Society, there are so many people who want to submit there, and it is rarely accepted. In one of the reasons, because everyone wants there, and even for good works, the bandwidth of the editorial office is not big. Therefore, there are specialized journals. So we'll submit to specialized journals, and then each editor will review the work submitted to his journal and also send manuscript for review to peers, to someone from the same group and to someone outside of the group. And by the end of the meeting, everyone will get back decision of the editor and feedback of the reviewers. Okay. So the criteria for reviewing are quite lengthy, but they are not frivolous. They are imported. They imported from American Chemical Society. They slightly differ from journal to journal, but each of you as peers, you will serve two roles. One as an author, and second as a reviewer. So you will be invited, asked to review a work of someone from the same group. And while evaluating a work that you will get for review, please try to, like, if you invest about 10 minutes per work, it will be enough to do very detailed review. Okay. So there are about 2 pages and maybe 30 questions that you may want to answer. How strongly you appreciate the work of your peer. Right? Like at the end, you can recommend, reject, accept, improve. So very important thing. As all reviewers are asked to summarize what did they learn from the paper. It is to help the editor to understand what is going on, because editors sometimes are busy and then can look on one paragraph summary instead of going through 30 pages of a work. On one hand, on another, like if a hypothetical person is not very ethical and someone, like, there is a conflict of interest and person wants to accept because it's my best friend, right? System wants to avoid it. And to avoid a random reviewer. So reviewer should be able to understand what is going on and summarize in his or her own words. And on the third thing, it is later to be a signal to the author. There is a philosophical thing. There are objects, there is a person who describes the object, and there is an audience. So audience, you understand not what object is and not what the author is telling. It will be like its main principle of art. The person who watches picture or listens to the music has his or her own imagination about what is going on. And then by sharing this imagination, it is a signal to author. Did I understood what you wanted to say? After getting the feedback, you'll be surprised how dramatically different the impression of your readers is from what you actually wanted to do. It is a very good experiment. I promise you will be surprised. I don't know positive or negative. So there are many formal things like either title, author's address, right? Whom to send honorarium at the time. Introduction, either a big picture explanation of impact, who needs it, motivation, other references, and we were discussing about the big goal, either like open question and hypothesis. To try to verbalize it to your best. Which audience, on your opinion as a reviewer, the paper is targeting? So medical doctors, people who went to a football game, narrow area of spectroscopists, or just general scientific audience. And it also an important signal to the author, like how the audience takes this word. Figures. Suggested number of figures was about 7, but it creatively differs. And not amount, but the quality of figures is quite important. From historic times when we didn't have computers and color printers, so things were printed and then sometimes photocopied. And if the lines are not thick, if the symbols are not big, information is completely blurred and missed, and this standards are staying. So telling if one can recognize what is shown and if it will be visible after reduction size. If labels are not, X's are not labeled, immediately complain, tell, I am about to reject your paper because you didn't label your X's. Each figure is supposed to have captions, which briefly summarizes what is shown. If the figure just shows figure number X, tells I'm very close to rejecting. So the hardest part of this writing exercise is to put some logic into the paper. It is much harder than collecting data and putting together figures. So the pieces of material should be connected together, like hypotheses, methods, actual results, proofs. We have enough time, 10 minutes per paper, and then summarizing in conclusions.
Sorry.
So, as reviewer and reader, do you see this logic, or you evaluate it as a just collection of disconnected facts, which is like not taken personally? All in entrance level researchers have tendency just to collect facts. It's one interesting fact, another interesting fact, enjoy it. And we need to connect them into a logical strand. Train should depart in the right direction. Sometimes logic can be fixed just by swapping paragraphs. If you identify that something would be more digestible by swapping, removing, or adding, give your suggestion and recommendation to the author. Okay. Question number 1 for conclusions. Are there conclusions? There are no conclusions.
Objective.
Right. So in ideal paper, there is a hypothesis expressed in the introduction, and if you see that conclusions tells, look back, we had a hypothesis, here we have proved it, then like, full credit tell like you're a good writer, we need immediately to accept the paper. If it is not, you have potential to improve. Now the conclusions that have been expressed, do they go along with the data figures tables, or it is figures are about one subject and conclusions about another? It happens often, so just check for the connectivity. If you see new knowledge that give compliment, give credit, it's always good if you learn something new. And the best possible review that one can write to another peer, telling, I'm jealous, why I didn't do this project. It is so interesting. I wanted to do it myself. If you see that you want to learn, borrow, if you want to do it yourself, it is probably the strongest credit to the author. Inspired to do similar type. Authors may tell like there is a bright future to continue, and general public will get better cell phones because of this work. Clear enough? Okay. So, and results and discussion, they are quite standard. You just show figures and explain what in the results are presented, supported by figures. Author identifies elementary mechanism responsible for the data observed, and feel free to complain anytime. Methods, just put as many equations as you can and explain them in like each symbol, right? Do not tell someone gave us method of code. I don't know how it's run, but it gave this figure. This is not if you see this, criticize it. It is a single author work. Each author, even if there was some help, is supposed to carry complete responsibility of the methodology and explain bells and whistles, or make an impression of explaining bells and whistles. Okay. If you see that symbols are not explained, complain. If the author is too much proud of the method, complain. If the author is has too much suspicion about his or her own method, also complain. So it should be healthy balance. Like it gives some reasonable results, but this and that approximation can be improved. So it is a typical welcome statement in the community. Okay. So the protocol, what are we doing? So first, we should keep an order. So after I clap these palms, do not jump, do not start running. I know you all are adult responsible scientists, but just slowly. So slowly in the order. So you will submit your papers to the journal. Bring back the suggested journal where you should submit. Make sure that you submit 4 copies that you have printed, right? And then you will bring the paper to the editorial desk. Right? And then maybe do it like in order, not all at once. If you slowly see that you do not overthrow desks, because that it happened in previous years. I'm so excited to submit paper. I won't be the first. Okay, so you submit the paper, then the editor, well, editor has power and independence, but typically editor accompanies a paper with review forms, and it makes it bundles, and then makes a decision to distribute the paper and form to an appointed reviewer, so inviting someone to review. And then we will have about 20 minutes to perform the review. Just sit and write down first paper, second paper. And then after you are done, you return to the editor, sit silently without rush, and give editor a chance to go through, evaluate, maybe add some comments, and then when the editor returns decision and feedback to you, your meeting will be done. So what else is left in this class? After getting back the reviews, I anticipate reviewer, the editors will give you a chance for improvement. So you read through the write-ups, feedback, and you have like 2-3 days. So Monday morning, the final version is due. So feel free to implement all constructive criticism and submit final version in the electronic form, not in the printed. In the electronic, because it will be local printing companies hired to do this booklets. Oh, yes.
So if I have like a second draft, can I like send it over the weekend and get comments on that and then work on it before Monday? Like, is that possible?
We cannot announce in public, but in private, additional options are possible. Okay. There is another expert reviewer online, PhD candidate Kavron Naharukia. So she volunteered to review one specific paper, and it needs to be sent electronically right now if you want to have a feedback. So I will instruct the author to send electronic version of me.
Oh, really bad.
Okay, so now let's go to this little forum. And before we go there,
So I have to hand mine to Sam. And David.
no, you submit things only
Give me that back.
to editors. Editors may have their own opinion on to give. This information is only for editors. They may redecide.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't
Um,
have this power. So you
so slowly,
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 slow motion, don't
slow
scare me.
motion.
Oh, boy. Yes, you have. Crack away. G flew away. It's away. Slowly, Melody, you're getting ahead of yourself there.
So, in Britain, scientists are appointed to like Nobel titles for research. Here,
Stop, get
oh,
off.
here, yes.
Oh.
So, for this instance, Sam, you are appointed to an editor by kicking yourself first.
Oh.
To the reviewer, you're appointed to the reviewer.
Stop, I love.
I'm an editor, get right.
Reviewer.
Damn, I just got.
Reviewer.
We're matching. Yeah,
What am I?
a reviewer.
Okay.
Okay, so now slowly and in order. Please
Slow.
submit your papers to the editorial office.
Editors in chief.
So, yeah, here is,
Why are you so nervous?
I don't know.
I'm just crying.
Yours is better than mine. I think
Stop.
I should finish.
Immediately,
Yeah.
my methods,
That's
they
not what we
recognize, which is because I haven't,
Yeah.
they have to go to the doctor and made it my own. Yes, why?
You don't control me.
Great. Not for it. We're not president.
okay,
You are just Elsa. to me.
We're giving all of them.
yes.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it?
Yeah, sorry, they're not stapled.
So everyone submitted?
Yes.
Yes. This one.
Yes.
Okay, and now just sit, enjoy, and once you have a phone call and like you with invitation to serve as the reviewer.
Yesterday, at the Christmas party, there was a white elephant, and there was this one present that I had, and I stole it from someone. And I stole it because it had wrapping paper that was a T-Rex with lights on it. like-
Yeah.
And it said Tree Rex.
That's really. You never even love that.
It got stolen from me. I did not get that present.
You should have asked them if you could just have the wrapping paper that came with it.
I think they tore it all apart.
Oh,
Red.
So I don't know who's. I can live without a smiley face.
fine. Or- for review. No,
Is this yours?
yeah.
You're missing two very important things. I have to reject it.
Okay.
I remember.
Where's your
You
name?
put it yours in here. I don't. I'm so excited.
Why don't you fill out the sheet for everybody? Oh,
Yes.
got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were actually filling out each one.
Yes, you tried. Oh, God, everyone's so sorry. My camera is not.
Hero I'm missing.
Okay. Sorry about it. Never stress. Read this.
So our final papers due Monday morning, not Monday night.
Morning.
Okay.
Morning.
Can it be due Monday? at noon?
Send whatever you have Monday morning. And then there could be, like, I do not promise, but sometimes one can add later.
Yeah.
But we need to give this printing company time to print.
Oh,
So
that's
that-
right.
Oh, it needs to be printed by Thursday.
Yes,
Is it gonna go to the union printing shop?
no,
I assume it'll probably go to the egg printing
No.
downstairs.
yes.
Wait, there's a print shop in the basement of Ag Hill.
Yeah.
Melody. I'm-
No, in the basement here.
Sorry.
This is curious.
Well, a communications.
Yes.
Services downstairs, basically, right below what we are.
Okay.
That's okay. You can just abbreviate this to PLL. You can spell Frederick.
Those put Fred.
Isn't it on my paper? And it's also on
There's no name on
the
it.
screen.
Mine's
Not my
on.
paper either.
That's visible. That's the picture.
Oh, this is Patricia. Sorry, you have to my name. I just saw words that were, that I was like, oh, that's Fred's. Nope.
But I might have to ask you how to add, how to add what?
Labels to my
I
ID.
can't, I didn't know actually how to do that. That I Feel bad for whoever's been nice. Oh.
Yeah. There are no labels. Here's one. This is showing the wave pattern in polymer at this with this one of the dielectric constant in there. The same pentane. And it one run region. So it's these are the numbers that I'm putting. He kind of does, but I'm not gonna put
Like
13 graphs just like this in there.
numerous years ago.
Just need to go like I give it this measure.
There.
I'd rather just tell you what you did wrong.
Right, the red.
What you want to work with? What you want to work with?
What's right about this is actually like done.
It should be. I know that's what it is. Because here, yeah. It does kind of look weird. didn't explain. I didn't include.
Dimitri, are you disappointed in us?
I'm gonna specify that I didn't include this one, because it literally just continues to spread, and it makes the graph like.
You get much more gentle radius when you work with each other.
Oh. I haven't started wars.
If anyone is done early, just slowly, without panic and rush, return to you're ready to the editor.
I have one of them.
Huh?
If I have one of them done, can I give it back? All right.
You can. Goal number one, to keep order. Do not make paper edit plan and throw into the editor. Do not run.
I will not.
Thank you.
Always scary.
Have I given the impression that I'm such a hybrid lab?
No.
Decide whether to publish it or reject it.
The decision is
Editor.
the decision is on the editor, but you recommend. And then the editor can say, sorry, I wanted to help you, but all reviewers told to reject this.
10.
Yeah.
These are really fancy.
Yeah, that's-
Fred, what section do you want the most? Comments on,
Whatever you think needs the most.
I don't know, because you only have a minute left.
It's the, well, I don't know, I guess like just for the force, you can between between these charges and the you like running the charge. And then you have other like the forces. Change that, how big it is, that's gonna affect the whole shape. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I'll at least specify what the electric cost is. Is this part the second one? In the code, but that's like literature.
We have next class.
yeah,
We have to put it there to wrap up. So we are about to complete our procedure. Even if you haven't done completely, since some of our colleagues need to go to the next class, please like assign a minute to finish and then slowly, without rush, submit to editors. Right, you can submit your number one now if you want. To editor, yes, return or submit your ready. Do not give it back to the author, give it to the editor. Editor may have some different decisions. Um, a little comment could be general. While doing making connections between equations and figures, there is a good tip. So equation that illustrates observable. If something is shown, then show equation for what is shown.
Will you collect our feedback or will you like email? it
So,
to us?
No emails. First, all reviewers need to return their reviews to the editor from whom you got assignment to review.
Okay,
I'm not that editor.
Or
I was
who
our
gave-
editor.
who asked you to review?
Oh,
paper?
no.
This is Ava's that I reviewed, that I already handed back to David and David just handed it to me.
Did I
So it's
review
not
that
to
one?
give it to my editor.
Okay, I might have mixed it.
What?
Let's slow down. Everything is under control, but do not rush. Your screen. So,
Oh, it has to go back to Dr. Amar?
yes, whoever asked you to make a revision should get your, the paperwork from you as a review back.
So the owner of the paper
Not the author of the paper, the editor.
gave it to you. So who gave you my paper? Dr. Amar did that. And that's what it was. Okay. Melody, will you turn that around? Make sure you give me this.
Okay, now return it to me. The next class starts in 16 or 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
You should rather be here.
I mean. Don't make me answer that question. Yeah, I know. There's that much there. So now
Honestly,
you
no,
hand that.
this is way over my head.
That's really stuff that I have.
Not in like a bad way, like, it's good for you,
Feels like there's a
but
lot.
bad for me.
Yeah.
I wish I was smart.
Do I give this to?
You give
I-
David.
I
I mean, honestly, not really with this
But
one.
I think 2008, people probably understand it. I mean, who gave you this?
I think Dr.
Did you get our criticism?
I guess I'll relinquish.
You do.
That's like the first thing I know.
Not really much. What's gonna happen to all these extra copies,
We're gonna see if I.
like at the end of the full out?
I'll explain everything. Just let make sure everything is complete. Maybe even if it is incomplete, let's do the degree is.
Your pen now.
Oh. It is with you forever.
Wait, please.
It's like you're a thermal reviewer.
Well,
I'm honored.
Why don't-
I'm honored.
Wow, sure. Oh, wow.
So now, I know that you need to go soon, but please give a little of time to editors. They will collect, they have power like to have their own comments, like there's not much time for this. And then the editors will return to the authors their works with Reddit.
Okay.
And the authors, Fred was asking what to do with the file of paper. Authors are expected to read what other people did write about their works and implement feedback to generate a better version.
Okay.
Which is you and Monday morning. Fred, is it clear?
so we should just email you our final copy.
Yes, yes. And you can email me your copy now and there is another grad student who really wanted to review your.
I sent it to her.
You did.
Yeah, I just emailed it right to her. I can, you want me to send it to you too?
No.
Okay,
Oh, well. I
That's
don't want to
okay.
say it in public, but I better read the final version.
all right.
Well, even if you've got all your reviews, they do it rush so that you do not disturb others.
Maybe it was because it's my birthday.
When
It's not.
You can tell which side I put my head in.
you get your
Tickets to the electric boards.
What's that?
Electric even snow. So that's what-
What? It's a reference.
You are
Electric, it's not electric.
It is.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's all other things there.
Yeah, they do a lot of. They know what it is, they know what they're wearing. No, they're way too nice to use them here.
Bro, these are from Claire's, I think.
Really? I love that.
These are from. Thank you, editors, editor in chief.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, let's thank our editors.
Senator.
Protected.
I'm going to find your mom.
Hi.
I have questions about his.
And let's show the symbol of.
Stop, I'm gonna be so.
Okay.
I have an extra.
Last one comes back.
True. That was the last.
There was not a paper.
Save my life. Aw, now I'm so
Mhm.
sad.
Thank you for your kind comments on my work when I'm not ready.
Hold on. Dimitri, thanks so much.
Oh, thank you for your continuous efforts.
I'll be seeing you on Tuesday.
I hope so.
Say, yeah, we'll come see you. too.
I don't like that.
Sorry.
Sure, I'll take one. Sure. All right, have a good weekend, everybody.
Is it going to the next help session?
The
Same direction where I'm heading.
thing news lab in about a minute ago.
Yep.
We should go up to the office to grab my cards.
Yes,